All right, everybody. Hello. Welcome to my weekly therapy session, Big Brother 22 All-Stars Edition.
Yes.
I feel like this is going to turn into just like a ranting session for us with how the season is turning out thus far. But we are here once again to talk about everything that happened on the live feed, spoilers, all of that fun stuff. So if you are spoiler averse, this is not the show for you. We don't want to see any comments about spoilers or porn comments.
I want to hear about it. And shout out to our 4 viewers on Facebook Live.
I don't get that reference.
Wait, what? I don't get the reference.
That's for those that don't get the reference.
We have that's right.
We have someone who trolled us on Facebook and said,
yes.
Well, yeah, one less follower because you weren't telling anybody who won HOH, which, by the way, during that live show, the HOH competition was still going on. So,
yeah, well, I think she should become a patron. I don't know about you guys, but I think
maybe if she decided to support us in a financial sense, we would be able to increase our ability to, connect with producers inside the Big Brother house and get inside intel.
Yes.
I feel gross. I just ate a bunch of cashews thinking it was a healthy treat alternative, like gorged myself on my Costco cashews. And Tyler's like, oh no, that's a high calorie.
No. You asked. I didn't just say that out of the blue. You said, is our cashews healthy? And I said, it's very high calorie, but it's a good source of protein. So,
well, and it's not like you're eating a hamburger, like you're eating cashews. Like they might have more caloric, value than a peanut would, but they're not like, it's not like you're trashing yourself or overindulging.
Feel any better. So can we talk about things that make me feel even worse? Like Memphis winning HOH and being a condescending prick to David again.
Yes.
I want everyone to know one thing, okay? This is a noise advisory. So you all are used to this fan. Okay?
Yeah.
Times like this, we have to pull out the Trixie Mattel fan.
Ooh.
Oh,
and it's louder, and it says "Oh, honey" on it.
We have somebody on Beth's Twitch that turned 23 today. Happy birthday to
it's Brandon. Brandon, happy birthday! You are such a wonderful part of our community and in Twitch, my community there. And in the Sequester community. And I hope that you had a brilliant birthday and continue to do so. Hopefully we can give you a little entertainment for your birthday.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. So let's get into all things Big Brother 22. So, of course, the last time we talked, they left us on a little bit of a cliffhanger. There's a puzzle. What?
Yeah, yesterday was my mom's birthday, so y'all can say happy birthday to her in the chat. Okay, continue.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Birthdays all around. So we saw that Memphis was the one who won HOH. Memphis is the first person to win HOH twice this season, so congrats to him, I guess. But that's eye roll just said it all.
It looked like I was possessed.
Memphis decided to do a really big move in the Big Brother house. Like with all of these really big targets like Cody and Tyler and Danny, Enzo, Nicole. He goes after the really strong, the powerful Kevin and Davon.
Yeah, that's something.
And his excuse was, you used the veto on Kevin last week. So how dare you? And then, so spoiler alert, Tyler wins the power of veto, which is equally as exciting. And then he decided not to use the veto. So it's looking like it's Kevin and Davon still on the block. They will be in the eviction chairs come Thursday. And I think the main thing we're going to talk about. Hey, Valencia, how are you? I think the main thing we're going to talk about here is Davon is probably going home. At the beginning of the week, it looked like it was Kevin that was going to go home. But like the more that time goes on, the more that the guys are saying, like, why are we giving Danny and Nicole another number? Why are we like enabling them to get farther? Let's just cut her off now and then take out Kevin next week. And I think that this is the start of Nicole Franzel's downhill in this game, where she got rid of Ian last week.
We have a banner update. The banner update this week is America hates the committee. Libra's a liar, loves Steven.
We have to keep adding to it though. So
I'm sorry, I keep doing that. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. What's the most? Is the banner that we had a few weeks ago that I don't think we've ever updated it. We just talk about. Okay, so it's America hates the committee. Mm-hmm. Christmas is canceled. Nicole's. What was the one last week though? There was one like.
I don't know.
Davon is that bit.
Was it something about Tyler? BB pissed on the plane.
Yeah.
Wait, what was it about Tyler?
I think it was something about Tyler because that was the week we were all frustrated at him. So let's get into it. So it's looking like Davon is going to leave this week. And that's very upsetting for a number of reasons. But first and foremost, like, who the hell are we supposed to root for now that Davon is leaving? It's frustrating.
It's David.
I'm going to be honest with you. Can I say something about David? His value went. Like, he has these moments of like, yes, you're doing it, you're on it, and then it just fucking bottom falls out, and it's like, okay, you were almost there. It's like approaching orgasm, and then it just doesn't happen. Okay, that's the only thing I can really compare it to.
You don't quite get to the point of no return.
Yeah, it's just yeah. So like he didn't flip his vote. Nicole flipped the vote. Danny and Nicole have this whole scheme that they're working out. They're throwing it on David. Davon is totally buying that it is David.
But let's talk about that though. Mm-hmm. In what world is that scheme actually helpful for Nicole and Danny? They are literally two right now game players in that committee, and I can't even handle it. Like, I don't know how they don't see it.
Yeah, I don't know how they don't see it either. And like Nicole is losing her numbers. She lost Ian last week. She's losing Davon this week. She's going to look around looking for votes for allies, and it's not going to be there anymore. The guys are totally running circles around her and Danny, and they don't realize it, but they are on the chopping block pretty soon here. I feel like I have the rest of the season mapped out in terms of like the boot order, which we'll get into. But I want to focus on Davon and Kevin because like as much as I'm rooting for them as people, like they are lovely people. I'm equally as frustrated with them and their gameplay as we are like talking about Nicole and Danny. I mean, it is Tuesday and they are still talking about David being the one to flip and vote to evict Ian instead of Nicole.
Oh my God.
Can we also talk about something that really frustrates me? I mentioned this to Tyler, and I don't know if I mentioned it to you, Allison, if it was in our group chat or not, but I'm going to put it out there, okay? Y'all have known how much I've defended Davon throughout this entire season.
Yeah.
And have rooted for her. But I can't help but be so frustrated that she has like the best intuition and then just throws it out the window and never follows it. Like she'll be like, I think that there's a core alliance and I should probably not trust Nicole. And then it'll be like, Nicole, let me tell you all the information. I'm like, what the fuck? Like that's her gameplay.
Somebody want to explain that? Yes, there is a group chat that Allison's not involved in.
What it was I was texting Tyler stuff about Nicole Franzel that I knew that would make you really upset, so that's why I didn't do it.
Why would I ever get upset if we're talking shit about Nicole Franzel?
We'll send you the. There's a video involved.
We'll send you it. I'll send you it.
But it's frustrating because like. I really blame Davon the most for this because Nicole is not somebody that she just met this season, right? Like she played all season long with her in Big Brother 18 and Nicole fucked her over. So I don't understand like why Davon is so hell-bent on David is the one that flipped on this vote and not Nicole. Like the writing is so clear on the wall. And I just want to like, I don't know, like is the wall yellow for hire at this point? Because I want to like pay him to be like, Nicole flipped. It's not David. It's Nicole, and it's so frustrating.
It makes no difference now, though. Like, there's no way Davon's going to get the numbers to stay.
Oh, absolutely not.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Oh, please.
Allison was able to get on the live feeds yesterday. Finally, that $3,998 fee that I paid for CBS All Access with fucking commercials. I finally got to see the live feeds, and Enzo and Christmas have Nicole pegged. Like they were sitting there having this conversation. Of course, if I had a penny for every time Enzo said, "That's it, that's it, yo, that's it, this is it."
No,
Nicole,
that's it,
yo. Like, why wouldn't she, yo? That's it. Like, it's us. That's it. But they literally were like, "Why would David? It makes no sense." And Nicole, it had to be her. Like they are on to her, and I'm glad, and it makes me want a Christmas or Enzo HOH this week.
I would much prefer an Enzo one over Christmas. Christmas has continued to show me that she is nothing but a horrible human being.
Yeah, a horrible human being, and just like a shitty, like loyal soldier that's willing to be on the front line and just die for the people in her alliance. Like she's literally like under the same mist that like Paul had in Big Brother 19 over her. It's terrible, and but she really just kind of like dampens like all the gameplay around her. Like that's how just like lame she is, and
that's what you get when you get someone from BB19.
Yep. I mean, as much as you hate Jessica Graff, and I don't want to go there, but I think Jessica would have brought a little bit more than Christmas would have.
I would agree with it, but I would also say that she would also just be horrible herself in her own different way.
Jesus, I'd even have like Raven or Elena in there instead of Christmas.
I have been very vocal that I would have loved to see Raven back. Here's the reason why.
I would really have to rethink the coverage of this show.
Mastery of Raven to come back. I need to hear
the fucking neighbor.
The sickest person in the world, but also is the most accomplished Olympian in the world. Like I need to see this again.
Yeah.
She does the Olympics.
Wait, what?
You said Raven's an Olympian?
Yeah, well, see, I said that we need to see how she's simultaneously like the sickest, most like physically incapable of doing things, but also as an Olympian. Like she's fantastic. She's a Mensa, and her GPA was dance. So we know.
Yeah, I mean, this is the puppet master right here.
She's even got the imaginary strings.
I'm the puppet master.
Yeah.
I feel like that could be a whole show. Like, who could be like the Big Brother neighbor or like a wrong answers only?
Right.
Because with casting, we really have our pick of the litter here.
It's Jace.
Yeah, Jace or the Austin. That could be another good one. Although I wish Austin was on this season.
I wish Austin would come back. I don't understand why people don't think he's an all-star. Like he was just as strategic as Vanessa, I argue. And I actually think he was better at getting things across than she was, but he was distracted by a showmance.
When you guys were having your group chat without me talking shit about Nicole,
okay,
did it come up
3 or more people
slipped out of the bathtub? Did it come up when her ass fell out of the bathtub on Sunday night's episode?
That was so great. Oh, they love to do that. They love to do that to Nicole. Like anytime she slips or falls, they do like the slow motion thing.
Oh no, I fell again. Please give me sympathy, a miracle.
No one reached out to help her either. Not Dad, not Christmas. I'd be like, fall on your face, bitch.
But to talk about that segment though, what's frustrating to me is like they showed like Danny, Christmas, and Nicole in the tub, like talking about like wanting a woman to win Big Brother All-Stars, right? But like they spend time like doing the slow-mo of Nicole falling, but they don't show Christmas then talking to Enzo and Memphis and making like a final 3 deal with them. And like that's where the rest of the season is headed. Like how you said like Christmas was talking shit about like Nicole and Danny. That is them just like laying the groundwork for who they want to go next. And that's what I want to get into is Matt Henry says, Allison, do you want to start a group chat with me, you, Bill, and Andrew?
Yes.
Allison, we'll explain after. There is a reason for this. We just can't say it on air because reasons.
Thanks.
As Jose would say, scenarios.
For scenario reasons.
Scenarios. But here, in my opinion, this is how the rest of the season is shaped.
What if Jose's the neighbor?
I would have loved that.
And he has to come in the puppy outfit.
Scenarios. So this is how I see the rest of the season playing out, right? So Davon is going to go home on Thursday, right? And then I think Kevin will go next. I think David will go after that. And then I think we're going to see Danny go next. I think she's going to be like the first one clipped out of the committee. And then I think Christmas will go. And then I think either Memphis or Nicole will go, depending on like if something wonky happens with the competition. And then we're looking at like a Cody, Tyler, Enzo final three. And then I think whoever wins HOH is clipping Cody at the end, because I think that both Tyler and Enzo will think that Cody played like too strong of a social game. And then I think Enzo is going to beat Tyler in the end, because we've seen Tyler fumble a lot this season, and Enzo's honestly played a really dominant game, and I'm very impressed with it. It's not rootable because like they've had like no adversary, but in my opinion, Enzo's playing the best game this season, and I am totally in on him winning the rest of the season now.
Would you keep Tyler over Memphis? Tyler has won more. I mean, okay, let's say Memphis has won HOH twice.
Yeah.
But what has Tyler won so far? 2 vetoes?
I think 2 vetoes, but to answer your question, I think that Tyler is the more capable player in terms of maneuvering that spot to like get himself to the end. I think everybody will kind of agree that like Enzo's just like or Memphis is like the cranky old man. Like we can just like get him out. Okay. I think that he's expendable to people, and I don't think Memphis will do a good job convincing people otherwise.
So I think what will end up happening is down the road, it's going to come down to Cody and Nicole versus Tyler and Christmas and Enzo. Mm-hmm. And everybody's going to vie for Enzo. Mm-hmm. I think that Memphis and Nicole, excuse me, Memphis and Danny have to get out first. That's actually really good for Enzo's game because the pairs aren't going to come together. They're going to realize, oh, final 5, we need to get rid of them. We're going to need Enzo as the number. So I actually don't even think that Enzo needs to win Final 5 HOH.
No, not at all.
Winning Final 4 HOH and the veto and saying, okay, we got rid of one person, we're going to get rid of another, and then he's got his final 3. What will happen is that Christmas and Nicole will realize, oh my God, I can't believe we were played by the boys. This is so crazy. I gave you all my loyalty and it's not fair that I had to lose my numbers, but why you did? And it'll be like, okay, well, it's Final 5 and you spent the entire game playing their game and not your own. So
yeah, absolutely. That's what I said. Like Nicole is going to look around and see like no other girls and like nobody that wants to keep her around. And it's going to be way too late for her. It's just so frustrating. I actually read a tweet. I can't remember it verbatim what it said, but it said something like Big Brother 16 had 3 women and 6 guys in the final 9. Big Brother 18 had like 1 woman and 5 guys in the final 6 or something like that. And then this season we'll have 3 women and 6 guys in the final 9. What do all 3 of those seasons have in common? Nicole Franzel. This is Nicole's game. I'm sorry, but it is. And it got her the win in Big Brother 18, but I don't think that that's going to what's
she hasn't done anything except fall out of a bathtub. Yeah. What else has she done?
Beth, what are you cracking up at?
We're just laughing at how much we have said Nicole only works with guys, and then just to hear the statistics of that is just like
it's insane.
It's insane. Yeah. That's
you
know what? She's gonna leave the house and be like, I don't know why people don't think I'm loyal. I'm loyal to the guys. I've always been a loyal ally to the guys. And when it comes to women, I will be loyal until I give you a reason not to be, and I'll cut you first.
And you know what I love? I love that like the casuals that don't even watch the Big Brother live feeds, they totally agree that like they see what we see as a feed watcher. Like Nicole is like, she really put on the crocodile tears like last week with the eviction. And like it stresses me the
have we
hell out.
talked about the footage of her like?
I don't think so. Go ahead and talk about it.
All right, guys. I'm gonna drop some.
Are we
knowledge.
ASMPRing?
We are ASM Nicole R.
Imagine, if you will, Nicole Franzel lying to the audience, but not realizing there are other cameras on her 24/7 in the Big Brother house on her 3rd season where she's made it to jury. So she says things like, what if I need America and the audience to know that I'm not actually upset that Ian's going, but I'm going to pretend like I am so I can get some sympathy for them. And I'm going to say this like 4 different times and say something like, I'm going to really cry. And you guys don't think I can act? I can act. And then cut to her talking to Julie going, this is the hardest thing I've ever had to do. Shut up, bitch. We got you.
What confuses me about that is like why does production like not show that in the next episode? Like why did they like really protect her with this edit? Whereas like I saw like a spoiler account from somebody that works at CBS. They said that they contacted Dom to ask if they could air a segment about Danny and Cody's friendship in the house being like too inappropriate, and Dom said no, and I'm glad that he did, because that is such bullshit that like they want to spend their airtime making like a fabricated story. Like Danny and Cody have like not crossed the line with each other. Like yes, they're good friends, and Dominic has even said on Twitter like she can talk to whoever she wants. Like I'm secure in my relationship. Yeah. I'm secure in my marriage. She's trying to win $500,000, but like CBS wants to air garbage like that, but they don't want to expose Nicole for like the fake ass bitch that she is. Like I'm sorry, but like that's what it is.
What kind of mafia is there between Jackson Mickey's mom, Nicole Franzel, Derek,
Derek Levasseur,
a fucking cop? Actually, police literally is the connection here.
Yeah.
All right, this is just further proof. We need to defund the police, people.
Yeah, defund the Big Brother police.
Forget all systemic racism issues and people being shot by police. Forget that. Big Brother is suffering.
We need to defund the Big Brother trolls and police.
Yeah, and
y'all done.
And remember on Thursday when I said casting does a really good job with Love Island? Well, actually, they don't, because they accidentally casted a gay porn star on Love Island, which I find
hilarious I've ever seen. But here's the thing, like, I don't know. I've only watched 2 episodes.
It's not Steven Dangle. Sorry.
Can you imagine? I've only seen 2 episodes of this season, the first 2, and literally just watched them this past weekend. I suppose they could be like bisexual or pansexual or something, but I feel like the show is so overly heterosexual. Like they're like, yes, you guys must mate on television. Like it's so aggressive. I don't like it. I don't
in my DVR. I think I'm gonna start watching it tomorrow.
Honestly, it's better than this season of Big Brother. I'm not even kidding.
No, I mean, but that's the thing is like I now know why casting, like if you want a dating show, Big Brother. You want a show where it's just like we will aggressively put people together based off of sexual attraction, and that's it. Like you just saw this guy. Do you want to fuck him? Go for it. There's a room over there.
Big Brother, you're talking about.
I mean, that's literally what it is.
Make out with 3 different. This isn't slut shaming, by the way. I'm all for this. If you want to make out with 3 different people one night, that's all. That's great.
I'm all about some sluts and hoes. Let's go. Yes, I'm all about some slutty hoes and misbehaving guys. Let's do it. Speaking of bad life choices, tell me if I'm wrong. I heard Danny gave Memphis the HOH power to play. She gave it to him so he can play in the next HOH. Is that true?
Really? I didn't read that anywhere, but
she just played in the last HOH this past week, didn't she?
No, she didn't.
Oh, okay.
So I heard somewhere, I think it was on the live feed updates with Taryn on that other show, and that somebody had mentioned that Memphis, they were going to give it. She gave it to Memphis.
My first impression of that is I actually kind of like that move because I feel like that gets her in like a little bit better graces with Memphis, and Memphis is really tight with Christmas, and Christmas really wants Danny out for whatever reason. So I feel like that helps Danny a little bit. Do I think it's gonna like move her up in the totem pole? Probably not. But it's a trump card that she has, so why not play it? I don't know.
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh yeah. And of course,
sneeze, I turn around, I have to be reminded of a hand job from 2 years ago that I didn't consent to see. I mean, it's a whole bunch. It's a whole bunch to deal with.
I mean, is it me, or is it Big Brother's kind of turning into Love Island with standards? I mean, outside of big, All Stars, is that not what it has turned into?
Here's the difference. From what I've gathered on Love Island, the women actually support each other.
Do they?
Oh yeah,
literally. They're like,
get into that then.
So-and-so was like, listen, I know that you were matched up with him, but he came and made out with me, and I wanted to let you know. Thank you for letting me know that. I really appreciate that. And then I see them just hyping each other up, like, you look beautiful, girl. You go out there and you show him how beautiful and hot you are inside out. And I'm like, yeah, I could really dig with these kind of girls. But in the Big Brother house, it's like, I got you, girl. Okay, so I want to make sure that we gaslight them appropriately so they come off as scary black women. Then we get rid of them. But I want to cry first so that it makes me seem more like a victim in this circumstance. Thanks, America.
Man, it just really bums me out that Davon is going to leave and we're going to be stuck with David in the house. Now, David is surprising me a little bit more and more. Like I said, he gets to a point where it's like, yes, you are, and then it just falls apart. But let's discuss Memphis, the handshake with David, and the condescending attitude. Oh, you want a seat at the table? Honey, this isn't The Godfather. It's Big Brother.
Memphis really thinks he's Dan Giesling.
I mean,
that's what it is.
But here's the thing. Did Dan Giesling act the way he did? No, he acted the complete opposite in his season. He acted like he didn't deserve a spot at the table.
Well,
so Memphis,
I'm like, Memphis, you can get your spot at the table once you get a jury vote in final two, because it hasn't happened yet.
And it's not going to happen this season. If anybody votes for your ass, no one's doing that.
What happened to him since Big Brother 10?
What's that?
What has happened to Memphis since Big Brother 10? Because he didn't act like this then.
He didn't.
I really think he is convinced that David does not deserve to be there.
I hate the word deserve in Big Brother Survivor terms, because it's a very it's very like we are like, you better praise us, and like we get to determine like who is worthy of this game. And like you are like Cody said to Frankie in Big Brother 16, you are not Jesus in this house. And I want to say the same thing to Memphis. You are not Jesus in this house. And I totally agree, Allison. Like, he was so condescending and rude, and I felt bad for David because he just sat there and took it.
He took it the right way
all season long.
Yeah.
This has been a continuation. Every time Memphis talks to him, he talks to him in a completely condescending manner, which it's obvious inherent or in implicit bias.
Yeah.
Like, he does not talk to anybody else the way he talks to David. And I know that we had a whole conversation a few weeks ago when he won HOH the first time about whether or not when his speech was racist. I don't need any more proof now. Like, I've seen the way he interacts with him. I see the way that he talks about him and makes fun of him and tries to like imitate his accent and like all those different kinds of things. Like, bro.
Yeah. But I will say, like, I liked the
microaggression.
Yes. Oh my God, Allison. Oh my God. Allison is learning so much with us this season. But like, honestly, like I love that you are like willing to learn it, like this stuff for the first time, because that was me like a year or two ago, like learning it for the first time too. So but it's a shame that like Big Brother has to teach us these things. is the point. But like I was saying, I liked the move of Memphis. I just didn't like the execution of it. Like there's no reason to be so patronizing to him. And like I said, David just sat there and took it. And then he said later in the diary room, which was really impressive to me, when like Kevin and Davon are like all pissed at David and saying like, you flipped on the vote. David says in the diary room, like, you guys are just getting played like 1000%.
Yes.
And it's true.
This is probably one of the times that I would, because he's safe right now, maybe correct me if I'm wrong. This could be a good time to have a house meeting, maybe tomorrow night. Just go listen. Can we have a come to Jesus meeting? I'm going to sit here and I'll be honest with you. Yes. Yeah. I saved myself and I was not honest about it. Okay. I'm coming clean about it, but I'm telling you right now, I did not flip my vote. Somebody else did it. And freaking say maybe maybe don't say who you think it is, but I mean, just call it out.
Well, I mean, Davon could call it out in that house meeting. She could say, David and Nicole both told me that they voted to evict Tyler. One of you guys is lying. Like, really put that spotlight on Nicole. Like, that's where she gets nervous and she breaks down and she's not a good player, is when she's like being confronted.
Here's an impression. Okay, I'm gonna do an impression of David telling the truth, and Beth is going to do an impression of Nicole lying. And Tyler, you're going to ask both of us if we flipped our vote.
All right, guys, I need to know who flipped.
I didn't. No, 100% no. I did not flip.
I didn't. I told you that I didn't, so I didn't.
Bitch is lying. Do you not see this?
No. Oh my God. She's just trying to. Do you see the way that David's talking to me right now? It's really aggressive. It's making me not feel safe.
Yes.
You're a liar.
Huh? Beth, that is so true. That is like 1000%.
Sorry,
what Nicole would say.
Nicole, that is Christmas.
How is he being aggressive by just saying? Now he did lose it in the house this week, but who wouldn't?
I don't blame him. It's so frustrating. We want to like shake them from like the TV screen. Imagine being in that environment, right? It's so frustrating. One point I do want to give Danny though in her favor is I'm sorry. But when she was talking about, cause she was like a little involved in like the David stuff too, because he really tried to like throw her under the bus to Kevin a little bit. Danny didn't say anything about his behavior in the diary room. All she said was, I've played this game 3 times. You're technically playing it like your first time. So don't try to play me. And I love that she kept it to game, because like, I think to me, that's the difference between something like that and then something like how Memphis was talking to David.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I don't know.
Here's the other thing too, Memphis, buddy. If you would like a dose of reality of how BB10 went for you, let's have a conversation after this, because I can tell you exactly where you went wrong in the jury phase and where you're doing it again here. Let's even throw out all the personal shit. Like, you are not the strategist you think you are. You are not Dan Giesling. You have proven it even more so this season by making unnecessary moves, similar to how you tanked your game at the end of BB10, where you made unnecessary moves. Just put it out there. Let's have a chat.
You got rid of Nicole Anthony, and now you're about to get rid of Davon. That is not good for you and jury.
That was a big move, Allison.
Oh,
I can't believe you
won bigger bowel movements than that.
Out of there. We do, because she's going to power her way to the end.
Please.
Oh, I see. Tyler and Christmas stated they're going to tell Davon that Nicole was the vote in their goodbye messages.
And Nicole said that she's going to tell her before Thursday. Like, she's going to tell her Wednesday or before the eviction, like, actually starts on Thursday.
So Nicole's going to come clean for a jury vote.
100%. That's what she's not going to get. A jury vote this time, because Davon's going to go, aha, I would have gave you money.
Mm-hmm. No, she's not. You're not going to get a vote from her because of that. And second of all, you're going to have her go through hell all week and then wait to tell her, bitch, bye.
Yeah, I mean, like in Davon's shoes, like this is 2 seasons now where you've made like a complete fool out of me on national television. Like I rewarded the gameplay the first season and gave you the $500,000 because it was a 4-3 vote. I'm not going to do it again this season. Like fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Yeah, she's gonna tell Davon when the feeds are down, aka all the time.
That phrase for a second.
You what?
I've never understood it. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me once, shame on me. Or fool me twice,
so
shame
fool
on
me
you.
once, shame on you. So shame on you for betraying me. Fool me twice, shame on me. Shame on me for trusting you again.
I got you. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I might be a Ravenclaw, but I don't understand everything.
But it applies to Davon here. I mean, honestly, she should know better.
I don't know.
No, I mean,
and that's the point where I'm at, guys. It's like I want so hard to root for Kevin and Davon and David, but like they are not doing themselves any favor here. Ian didn't do himself any favor. Like the weeks that we were saying that he was just like being a little too complacent, but like he's going to turn it up at the back half of the game. Guess what? It didn't happen, and he ended up being just like a sheep that waited in line to go to the slaughterhouse this season. Like I can't root for these people when like they are just playing so bad, and the other side is just so unrootable. So like, where do we go?
I agree with you, Tyler, that the only person in the committee that's rootable is Enzo.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Enzo right now. I love Enzo and Kevin so much right now. Sorry.
You know, I'm fine with Kevin too. See, Kevin and Davon have been doing the same thing, which is this specifically the past few weeks. We've had these beautiful moments where you're like, oh, they figured it out. They figured it out. Now do something. And then they're like, but what if we twisted it around and we do another 180? Then we're fucked again. What if we did that? And we're like, no, what if you didn't? What if we flew a plane that says, stop fucking going back when you figured it out? Just stick with it.
What I love is Kevin is like Captain Obvious in the group because it always comes back to him. Like even with his conversation with David and his conversation with Davon. Well, someone flipped.
No shit.
Really? I mean, it's just he has to point out, you know, someone flipped and this is what's going on. And
honestly, if there's the best thing production could do for this side is be like, all right, and the mystery neighbor is Fessy. Who flipped?
Oh my God, can you imagine? When do we find out who the secret neighbor is?
I don't know. I really don't know. Like we are still all speculating on Twitter and Reddit about it. I don't know.
Let's go around and say who we think it is as like our joke of who we think it is, like not really, but like then who do we genuinely think it is?
Yeah. Well, my first guess is the puppet master themselves, Raven from Big Brother 19. I mean, you know, woof, motherfucker, in her words.
That is still to me one of the cringiest moments I've ever witnessed.
No, wait, wasn't it like woof, motherfucking woof or something like that?
Woof? What? You have to do this with it. Woof! Woof! Motherfucker!
I mean, it doesn't make any damn sense. You know who I want in there? I think Finley would be the perfect neighbor.
He looks very dignified in that photo.
He looks classy. He's got his shit together.
What if it's the sumo wrestler from?
What's this guy doing? This is the only thing he's got going on. Let him do it.
Yeah.
Oh, good deal.
We could also have Willie Hantz make a comeback from Big Brother 14 being expelled from the game for getting in a fight.
People in this game. No wonder people are playing more conservatively.
Listen, I will turn it off. Do you understand my face? No.
Guys, what if the house guest is Libra and she's a liar?
What if it's Stephen Dangle?
I wish.
That's not even a fake guess. I'm 100%.
That would be thanks to us. We have revived Stephen Dangle's careers.
Somewhere in this world, Stephen Dangle exists and doesn't know how much of a wonderful meme he's become a part. Like, Stephen, if you're out there, if you're ever watching our show, we genuinely would love to have you on.
Oh my God. And we
would like to be your friend.
I would love it so
I would
much.
love to compile, like, for Thursday, we should compile, like, a list of, like, like the best of the best for, like, who the neighbor could be to, like, save the season. I would love that. Could it be Luan with the magic power, maybe?
What? Oh my God. Hold on.
Kathy Griffin.
I can't think of her name.
It could be Kathy Griffin from the best twist in Big Brother history, the "Who's ready for a takeover?"
No, she also did the Zingbot in season 16, which was
Zingbot is tomorrow. Did you know that? Or Thursday? But it's this week.
It's this week, yeah. They've already done it. So
apparently Nicole was crying because Zingbot said apparently because Zingbot said something about her voice being unbearable.
I can't believe they thought my voice was unbearable. I thought it was so cool for the past few seasons. Was that good acting?
Perfect.
Was that real? Was it real enough?
They I think it would be really sick. I'm actually being 100% serious with this. What if they bring back Tamar Braxton?
Ooh, I would love that.
I love the idea of having a celebrity Big Brother person.
It could be a celebrity Big Brother. It could be, who else could from Celebrity Big Brother could they bring back?
Would be like
Omarosa. Just kidding.
Oh, I would love Omarosa. Beth, I really loved Omarosa and Big Brother. Celebrity Big Brother
too.
Oh my God! Like that $1 million that they had to pay her to be on the season, worth it 1,000%.
You know who would really make it for me personally? Joey Lawrence.
Oh, he was entertaining as hell.
Give me some Joey Lawrence over there. The bow tie.
I have to judge Celebrity Big Brother on a whole other level, and Joey Lawrence was it for me. I was like, yep, he's so dumb, but I'm here for it.
Yeah, I mean, it could be the mooch. It could be
he wasn't really on, apparently.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Oh, Tom Green would be good.
That would be good.
So weird.
Or it could be all of Nicole's showman's exes.
Oh my God, here comes Hayden and Corey and
Victor.
I would love to see her face if that actually happened.
Hayden does live in LA, I think. So
yeah, make it happen, CBS.
He's still skateboarding on the streets.
Yeah. There's still time to save the season. I think he was a pedicab driver. I think that's what he was.
Probably still is.
You know what they're actually going to do?
I'm actually center yourself.
Is they're just going to be like, you know what? We've decided, fuck you to the audience, that mystery house guest is Derek. Da 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 da.
Oh,
no, it's going to happen. It's just like, and Derek's here to finish off what he started.
It would be furious at that because he is the sole reason why this season is so fucking shitty. So like, let's just like celebrate how shitty it is by bringing in the ringleader of all the bullshit.
I think if this happens Thursday, we should celebrate, and you should wear your celebratory doo-doo hat.
Yeah, I have it right here.
You have to wear the doo-doo hat if Derek is the neighbor.
God, this season needs to wear the doo-doo hat. I'll tell you. So. I mean, like, I asked this question, where do we go from here? Like, are we all pretty much on the same page that, like, we're rooting for Enzo coming down the home stretch here?
Listen, I'm rooting for Enzo, and I have to root for Kevin and David. Are they going to get this shit together? No. But in terms of actually standing a chance to win, I honestly do believe this is Enzo's game, and I'd much rather watch him stomp and do circles around everybody else because it's what they deserve.
Yeah.
And
so
he
how do
hasn't
we
touched the block yet either?
What's that?
He hasn't touched the block yet.
Yeah, exactly. So like if Enzo were hypothetically the winner, how do we rank him in terms of like the winners of Big Brother? Because in my opinion, he's pretty up there.
He's played a really great game.
Honestly, I think, and I think this is a little controversial, I think he's a better winner than Derek. I think he would be like in the top 5, like easily. Because like the control that he's had on this season and in Big Brother 12 is just like insane.
And he hasn't been nominated, right?
No.
So
he should have been nominated last week on Danny's HOH.
So here's the thing: he's won plenty of competitions. Hasn't had his name up. is in the majority alliance, but isn't seen as the core of it.
Mhm.
Gets along with everybody, makes it to the end. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Derek
like, who does Enzo lose against in the final two? Is that maybe Cody?
Cody.
But
I
that's
think
like
that would be close. I think that would be very close if it were Cody and Enzo.
I would hate for Cody and Enzo to be in the end, and then Cody gets the win over Enzo.
Yeah, that would be
very
heartbreaking.
frustrating to me.
I think that Cody's bonds with certain people like Nicole and Danny and those kind of people are strong enough that they would vote for Cody over Enzo.
Okay, let's go through it. So let's say Cody and Enzo are in final two, right? All right, so who does Ian vote for? I think Ian votes for Enzo.
I think he votes for Enzo.
I think
I think Nicole Franzel votes for Cody.
Cody.
David votes for Enzo.
I'm going to say Enzo.
Yeah, I'll go Enzo with that one.
Yeah,
I think
Cody
Devon would vote for Enzo too.
Yeah, I think that's true. And
Cody,
Cody's also had some moments where he like really talks very patronizing to David. So I think David could be like, "Fuck you, not doing that." Okay, so that's 2 for Enzo, 1 for Cody. Christmas votes for Enzo.
So
Danny votes for Cody.
I don't know. I think Christmas would vote for Cody.
You think so?
Yeah.
Why?
I think that she will see that in her eyes. I think that she's going to see that Cody was more at the core of everything, and that Enzo was riding along. And she's going to see that as a bad thing, but she's exactly the type of person to not see that that was exactly what she was doing and call it out in somebody else. Like literally, that's what I think it is.
Okay, so that's 2-2. So Danny votes for Cody for sure.
No, I mean, let's stick with you guys. I'm just pointing out, like, do what the majority says.
Tyler, how do we think he votes? Cody?
I think Cody.
Avon votes for Enzo.
Enzo.
Kevin votes for Enzo. So it would come down to Memphis as the tiebreaker here. And I think that he would vote for Enzo.
I think he would too.
I think he would respect the age of it all. So I think Enzo would win 5-4, even if Christmas votes for Cody.
Okay. Yeah. Guys, anything else we want to add tonight?
I'm not really. I mean, we're going to save our player rankings for Thursday because honestly, I have a lot of editing to get through. So we're having a little bit shorter of a show tonight, but I don't know. I mean, we always end with like, who do we think is going to win HOH? Does it really matter at this point?
I don't have an answer for that.
I'm just going to root again for, I hope that it's a David, or just because it would be great to see David win HOH specifically in this critical time.
Yeah.
We'd also be rooting for a Kevin HOH. I don't want Enzo to win this week because he'll just do a boring move. And I would rather see Enzo win and take a shot. And I don't think he's going to take a shot this coming week.
I think it's going to be Tyler.
Yeah, so Enzo needs to win a HOH after Kevin and David are gone. That because he needs to steer like the ship of like how the committee is going to like crack like with like who goes out first and like who goes loyal to who. I think that whoever wins that HOH is going to be very important for deciding the trajectory for the rest of the season. So we'll see. But yeah, I would love to see a David or Kevin HOH.
I think it'd be great. I think I'm actually feeling like Cody's going to win. I think that we're going to see a Cody.
I could see Cody or Tyler.
I could also see Danny.
I mean, do we think that Danny could possibly do something if she wins HOH?
I think she could.
I think she could
Her
too.
options are low.
Yeah.
Especially if she like next week would be the perfect time to like backdoor somebody. So get people on your plan. Use the veto, like put up Kevin and David, but use the veto. Put someone up on the block, and
I think Danny just needs to go for it and just put up Tyler and Enzo together.
But guys, think about this for a minute. Okay, just think for a minute, if you don't mind. A week from this Thursday is October 1st. It's a 2-hour episode. It's a double eviction. Then we got a week later. It's October 8th, and then after that's the finale, right?
Yeah, so we're coming down the home stretch here.
I mean, so we're 1, 2, 3. We're 3 weeks away.
Yeah.
So, I mean, think about that.
In the finale episode, we typically see
Final.
Can you guys hear that?
Final three.
What the fuck?
Did you guys hear that?
You bring one of your mom's cats home?
No, that's my neighbors.
I don't miss that.
We have a question from Thomas the Talker. Who do you think will take the shot at Memphis first? Out of the committee, I think Danny would take the shot first, or Nicole. Maybe Nicole.
I think Nicole would. I think that I could almost see a case for Enzo to do that too. But
I can see Enzo.
Be like, you're not my target, yo. I'm actually trying to get. We're gonna go after Nicole this time, yo. But
we're getting Danny. That's it, yo. That's it.
You gotta fall. You gotta be the pawn, yo. I mean, you gotta fall on the sword. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's it. The pawn, yo.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I should give you guys my address because Matt Henning in the chat said someone's coming to kill Beth. Well, I don't know if y'all saw this, but this week is the murder mystery theme, and apparently the murderer is coming after Sequester production members. I was not warned, so someone could be trying to come in here and kill me.
Well, at least you don't have a cat that just opens doors and shit. And
that was the scariest fucking thing.
Yeah. And Captain Obvious isn't hanging out in the back taking the flag down again.
I would love for him to do that, like during one of our shows.
He did that during one of our shows. He went, it was going to rain, and he went and took the flag down. And I think somebody said, Allison, there's somebody behind you.
Oh, that's right. I remember that now.
Because you're supposed to take your flag down when it rains.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's pretty much it. Sorry that we haven't done like too much strategy analysis. But honestly, there's not really much going on. So we will be back on Thursday to talk about the live eviction and hopefully something exciting with HOH. We'll see. But please, it's what we deserve. It's what RBG would have wanted, honestly. Rest in peace. God bless her. God bless her. But yeah, all right. We will see you guys on Thursday. Everybody stay safe, be kind, and wear a mask. Allison, yes?
Don't hit that in button. I just want to do a little advertising. Please subscribe to My Weekly Meltdown on YouTube. Also, we're on the Apple Podcasts. We have a Patreon/ My Weekly Meltdown. Please
I love how enthusiastic you promote.
I'm so enthusiastic. I need to be.
But no, to talk about the Patreon thing for a second. So we're going to be talking about that off air in a second. But there are some exciting things coming. We're trying to decide what to cover next after Big Brother's over, because we're going to have a little gap where like Survivor's not there, where we usually cover that. So we're thinking like an old season of Survivor, maybe like the Amazing Race or the Challenge or something like that. So please comment below or like send us a message on Patreon, whatever. We wanted to hear what you guys want us to cover next, because we are down for like literally anything, because anything will be better than Big Brother 22. So yeah, so become a patron and let your voice be heard there.
Also, if you're a Cobra Kai fan like I am, the Karate Kid and all that, I did a freaking 3-hour show with the Wolf Survivor, Johnny Fairplay, and the War Dog. You can go in the videos and watch the Cobra Kai season 1 cut. We analyzed the shit out of this season 1, and we're nasty. Okay, like we're attacking acting. It's bad, but it's so much fun.
I expect nothing less.
Oh, it's nothing. It's with the three of us. Are you kidding? Blood has been drawn and spilled. We're going to cover season 2 at the end of October, and then we're going to have our prediction show for Cobra Kai season 3. So that's just something I want to throw out there. It's 3 hours long if you're into that kind of thing. So.
All right.
And I wanted to just be a little selfish for a second too. Someone in the chat earlier asked if I had watched Canada's Drag Race, and not only did I watch it, I actually covered it for RHAP. So for those that don't know, I actually do the Drag Race Rehap Up with Liana Boris and Aman Adwin, and you can check out all of the episodes that we did at robhasawebsite.com and find the Drag Race recaps there.
Yes.
So just wanted to push that out there as well.
Absolutely. Very, very proud of you for booking that gig. And I've never seen Drag Race, but I listened to a few episodes because I was like just a proud parent that you got into the RHAP world and everything. So yes, everybody, please go check that out.
Did you listen to the Cobra Kai?
Working on it.
Were you too busy having your super secret group chat?
Yeah, that's what it was. We said, "Fuck Allison." We're
We're
just
gonna be talking about that right after we go off air. All right. We love you guys. We'll see you guys on Thursday. Have a great rest of your night. Wear a mask, and we'll see you then. Bye.
Mm.